So thanks a lot for all the participants who have joined the webinar session, and thanks for your valuable time. So today we would be talking about reaches. We have chosen reaches as the topic for this webinar session, where we felt that it is very important for us to take you all to on what are the modes of support, or how you can reach us, and multiple ways in which you can reach us. There are many queries or any further clarification required. You can always reach us out, or you can, in this current session, you can even write us on the Q&A section. We will be happy to clarify all your. So now when we talk about reaches, the first thing which I would like to tell you all is, any client for Audit 360, once it has been onboarded, will always be given a dedicated resource to do a onboarding process, in which we would help the client, or we will help you all to migrate all your current audits into digital audits, where we would train on all the modules. We will train the users on how the usage has to be. We will do hand holding. We'll help you configure, and all this are the part of the migration activity. Once we help you migrate to this Audit 360, to a digital way of doing the audit, we would move you into a support role, where we allow all of you to work independently on Audit 360. So as an Audit 360 here gives you a very flexible way to handle your audits, and we keep a very minimal contacts or the dependency on us. So however, but still in certain ways you would need to reach us for any of the support required. So here I would take you all on how you all can reach us, and what are the ways in which you can reach, for what all reasons you can reach us. All that I would be covering in this session. Now first let me tell you how can you reach us, and so there are three ways in which you can reach us. The major of the three activity in which you can reach us is live chat. Live chat is an option available in Amaya. If you all access, when you access the Audit 360, especially on web, there is always a blue LED floating around on your screen, and when you reach it, you will be able to see a live chat option. So you can always click on live chat, and our dedicated resource working to help you or to support you will always be there for an immediate response. Any queries you have, any challenges you face, you can always chat with Amaya, and our team would always assist you through chat there. Now, other than chat, you can also reach us.
Can we show the screen if that is possible?
Yes, Santosh. 1 minute, I have to just change the mode of presenting.
Yeah. Only for chat. For others, chat and the ticket racing, if we can show on the screen, because people may not have noticed. The Amaya they would have, but chat inside Amaya.
Yeah. So I'm logging into Audit 360 to show you how you can access to a chat. Let me just log in. Sorry, 1 minute. So once you log in to Audit 360, there is always a blue lady who's floating on the screen, and it will says Ask Amaya, and you can click on this link, where when you just click on Ask Amaya, it will give you a pop-up where help will be rendered. So all the frequently asked questions will be populated. The base is the search which we have, more popular search we have the list which will be shown on the screen, but over and above at a module level you can even search. Here if you see below the right hand side, there is a live chat. You can always click on live chat, and start typing for your queries.
Ramya, can you please show that chat again? The mouse was not clear there. If you can again go and just hover the mouse over that, yeah.
Yeah,
On
so
the
this is a
bottom
live
of the box, yeah.
bottom of the Amaya box. You have a live chat. When you click on the live chat, there's one more pop-up which appears where you can start chatting with the Amaya team. So it will ask for details. In my user ID. So I can start asking a query. If you have anything to attach as a proof, or you would want to share some screen, then you can just click on the attach and attach whatever document you would want to share here. So here you can chat with the executive and they will get the response once you start speaking to them. So if you come back, you can see the chat history where whatever you have spoken and the details will be shown here. And if you want to close, there is a close button in the right hand side corner. You can just close this and you can continue discussing in parallelly when you can start chatting with them. There's one more icon of Amaya which is seen on the screen. This is for help. If you have any queries you would want to raise, you can just click on this and submit your query. So you have to give your details and you can start asking for queries on the ticket summary description. If you want to ask on what nature of a query it is, you can choose this and also attach a file and submit this form.
See, there may be a question when I have a chat, then why do I need to raise a query? The point is not always you may have time to chat and get a resolution then and there itself, or it may not be important for you to get it sorted on an immediate basis. So then in that case, you would like to raise a ticket and leave it. So that's where this feature comes handy. You can just go there, raise a ticket, add details, and just leave it there. Then the support team would take it up, they will action, and they'll get back to you with the response to that ticket that you have raised. So this is a ticket raising mechanism. And here you can raise your tickets with ease. You can fill in the minimum details. When you are chatting also, unless it is a clarification, as long as it is a ticket, the team is also working on a similar screen only. They'll ask you questions which they can put it into these placeholders. This is what is required by us, our internal team, to assess what you are going through and give you a solution. So that is why this form, we thought we should give it to you so that you can raise your issues from here itself. Yeah, maybe Ramya, I think we can go back to the presentation and start discussing the other points.
Yeah.
So while Ramya brings the presentation up, if there are any specific, yeah, it's already there. If there are any questions, please do keep raising on Q&A. Yeah, move forward, Ramya. Yes.
Yeah. So the next mode of to reach us is over call. So there is a support number which has been provided, Indian number, where you can reach us on this number, and basis the query you have. So it will ask us if you would want to raise a product related support query or a billing related query, or it is in general info. So basis the IVR, you respond to the IVR, you would be taken to the right resource who will handle your queries. So any queries which is coming through a call will be attended. If it is a clarification call, it will be answered to you over the phone. And if it is related to some issue which requires more details, we would request you to send out an email with the details. Or if it is an very minor issue which we have we have the sufficient information, we take that request over the phone and we would proceed, and we'll get back to the person whoever has called us with the resolution once it is done. So this is the second mode in which you can reach us. Third is obviously on the email. So there is a support ID which is being circulated to all of you, where you can always write to us on this email ID, where once you send out this email, each of the email will be attended, and basis the query or being asked, if it is an issue, it will be worked on in giving you a resolution. If it is a query, we write back to you with the clarification. If there is any further action, we take it over on the same email, where the trail email also can be matched. So if there are any issues which is being received through a call or an email or even a chat, we would be creating an ticket within us, where the ticket number with the reference details will be shared to the recipient. And also we will keep updating you all on the progress which happens on the tickets. So I move forward. So now, what are the reasons you can reach us? So it is not mandatory that you have to reach us for only clarification or for issue. So you would be having some challenges when you are executing some of the modules or the feature, then you can reach us. So very issues you're facing over there, we will be able to resolve that. If you need a clarification on how a particular activity can be done or a feature would work, or if there is any clarity required on certain things, the clarification can be asked. Now you can even come reach us to for certain support tasks. So support tasks, certainly what happens is there is already a particular feature being given, but that could not be managed. Like for example, you have a feature where a super admin or a reviewer can extend the schedule date if the auditor is unable to finish the audits within the schedule period being provided. So the extension of the end date of the audit schedule will always be with super admin or with the reviewer. But if in case the auditor was not able to reach the super admin or the reviewer role, and these audits get lapsed and move into the past audits. In that case, even once it has been moved into the past audit, the super admin or the reviewer will not be able to extend the audit. So in certain case where on the genuine the basis where the particular activity you would want the end date to be extended, so that we can allow the user to continue and finish his audit execution. In such type of request will be considered as a support task, where you come reach us to us with the support, where we take this as a task and we help in extending this date from the back end, where the front end has been failed to do this, and we help them to support by giving a back end support. So for such queries, you can also reach us. And then it's on L1 support. So L1 support is available for all of you, and you have to opt for this support. Like you would want us. There is, for example, you have coming up with a new audit to be executed in your firm, and the audit checklist which needs to be reviewed and configured. You would need our team to help in the audit checkpoint configuration or an audit type configuration, where for such request you can always reach us. We take such request under L1 support. So in L1 support, what we do is once a request has been raised, we analyze the requirement, and we'll also look at the efforts involved in it, and we'll share the actual efforts involved in this, and with the basis the L1 support hours been the agreed on the our agreement, we would be charging you on those activity, and we'll help you take up this task and complete it. Santosh, you would want to give more information on L1 support and what type of L1 support can we consider here?
To discuss more about L1 support, it is what you are getting. It's a separate paid service. L1 support is what you are getting for free during the onboarding time. So any questions on the product, whether it is respect to password not working, anything, even trivial issues can be raised with us. The handholding that has to be given to all product users. If you don't have an internal team to take care of that, that is where this comes in as a service.
Okay, thanks, Santosh.
Otherwise,
Next is
what is part of the queries is your L2, L3 questions where you are facing an issue with the application or something is not working as intended. Those are your L2 or L3 queries. You don't need to bother about whether it is L2 or L3. You just raise that with us, and based on whether it is L2 or L3, the support team will take care of that and move it into the engineering team. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Santosh. So you can also reach us feature for yourself.
We couldn't hear you. We couldn't hear you. You can also reach us, is what we heard last.
Yeah, I hope it is clear now.
Yes, now it is clear.
Yeah, so you all can reach us for premium feature inquiry. If you would want to subscribe any premium feature, you can reach out to us on which feature you would want to get it subscribed, and we'll help you in doing the subscription. Now you can also look for the change request. So there is each of the module and feature works with the way the product has been designed, but you would want to bring in some changes in which matches your requirement. And also you would also look at as we're okay to take it up as a customization. Those change requests also you can reach out to us and share your change request. If the change request is feasible and if it can be modified in the system, then we take this request, we understand the requirement, and we will also do a approach document and do a effort analysis for this. If in case the request is not feasible enough, we would give a proper communication to you all and we'll take this request forward, or we would even suggest for a workaround here. So any change request you would want to bring in or any changes, you can always reach us and discuss this with us. And over and all about this, any suggestion, feedbacks, or any new feature you would want to bring in, all those suggestions, you can always reach us and share your suggestion and feedbacks to us. All your suggestions and feedbacks will be considered. And wherever we feel it helps us out, we are happy to take it forward. Santosh, is there any queries to be attended?
No, so far there are no questions.
Okay, so I'm moving ahead. Now, imagine you would be raising an issue. So when you raise an issue either through a chat or a phone call or with an email, we would request you all to share some of the information mandatorily, because this information will help us to analyze the issue and give you appropriate solution to you all. So now let's see what are those information which we feel it is important for us to understand this issue and also to get into the scenario to help resolve this. When you're raising any issue on mobile, first thing we would request you all is to share a application version. So an mobile device version, this application version number can be seen on the profile screen of a mobile application. So any user details where the profile details are being shared, there is a version number being provided. The reason why we ask for version number is every new deployment we do, the fixes we do, or a new more changes or a module features we bring in into the system, as and when we deploy those codes into it, we always give a version. So when we move into every version, especially on the mobile, it is important for users to update the latest version so that they can enjoy all the facilities and the feature, and they can work very seamlessly using the mobile application. So we would always recommend you to share this application version so that we understand if you're in a latest version or a previous version, which version we had this issue identified. So but we recommend all the user to update the latest version. Do not uninstall these application. You can just straight away go into the respective Play Store or App Store and click on update. Now you also get a pop-up on this whenever there is a update being done into the application. So you can always click on update and give this version updated into your devices. So next is the schedule details. Whenever there is an issue which has been faced on an audit execution side, we always request you to give schedule details. The schedule details, what you would have to give us is the audit type name, the schedule start and end date, and the auditee name. These three information is important. The schedule details, you can pull it out when on the upcoming screen. When you double tap on the particular audit schedule, on the overlay screen, you would get all the details of the schedule screen. You can even take a screenshot and share that screenshot as a schedule details, or you can share this details verbally or over email on the details where audit type name, the start and end date, and the auditee is a mandatory information to be received in the schedule details. Then also confirmation on a backup generation. The reason we ask for a confirmation on backup generation is any issue you face, we always request you to click on backup generation. So this backup generation, what would happen, whatever data you have been worked on the mobile device would be fetched and stored in the backup so that we can access that to see what is being done and do a resolution. And also you would not lose any data. For example, because it's an application, there is some crash happens or there is any appropriate close of the window happens, we will be losing out some of the data which has already been entered. Hence, we request you all to do a backup generation. So this will save the data and there would not be any data loss issue over here. Then we also request you to let us know the last sync it was done, either a manual sync or an automated sync which has happened. So we know that what is the latest information we already have in our application and what is that which we need to see after the last sync is happened. So in the reason why we ask for a last sync is when you all know that as you execute the audit on mobile, we all can do our mobile audit execution seamlessly on offline also. So irrespective you have an internet facility or not, or a network being available, the audits can move on. So as a user, you may not be aware if there was an network issue or not. So we will be allowing you all to do an audits on offline. So the sync is important, where the data keeps getting synced. Whenever you are online, the data can be fetched and you can always do a manual sync. Otherwise, if you're on doing the audits on online, every an hour there would be a sync which is happening automatically on the application. So the last sync information can be shared to us, which will also be available on your profile details screen. This information can be provided to us. Then the issue scenario. So if you are able to take the screenshot or a video of an issue what you have been facing, for example, you have been executing an audit, and after you click any particular button like next button or the finish button, there is some error message which has been appearing, or there is some data is not being moved ahead. If you can capture this scenario, it would be easy for us to understand what is been happening. Else we always request you to just give us an information on what was the action done and where the actual issue was faced. So this will help us to understand the scenario, whether you had a problem in a modern execution or in an express mode of execution, or in a particular submission where the issue was being identified. The scenario will help us to reach the right issue here. And if there are any error message which is been appearing, and we would request you to share those error message also. So this is on the mobile issue where the mandatorily we would request this information. Similarly, when you are raising any issue on the website, the modules which you access on the website, we request you to share the application version number and also the module in which you are facing an issue, because in web there are many modules which we have given access to multiple role users. We would request you all to share the module name and also the feature in which you're facing the issue. And if there is an issue in the audit related execution or issue related module issue, then we would request you to share the schedule details. Like I said, in the mobile, the schedule details, we request you to give the audit type name, the start and end date, and also the auditee name. If you are on the web and if you are able to see that schedule on the review audit module, you could always give us the serial number, that which is actually a schedule ID of whatever the schedule have been generated. Those schedule ID also you can share it with us. The schedule ID will help us to reach the exact schedule and start working on the issue immediately. So you can share the schedule details along with the schedule ID. And then the issue scenario. So here also, if you can capture a video or a screenshot as an evidence, and all we help us in giving a scenario and what happens when after what you are facing this issue. Like for example, filter option on the issue module, after you enter certain details and give a go, there is an incorrect information which has been appearing, or there is a data which has not been appearing. So such in issue synopsis, if you could give us, that would be helpful. And if you are getting any error message, please do share with us when you are raising any issues. So these are the minimum requirement we have whenever you are raising an issue. So request you all to share this information whenever you are raising an issue with support team. Now, when we were talking about the issue, let us also look at the issue severity. So whenever you speak about an issue can also be a very minimal issue. It can also be a very big issue. But let us understand on how the severities are being defined at a issue level. So if you have an issue which can be a bug as well, which can be an extensive to where there is an interruption to a workflow, and because of this interruption, you are not able to move ahead. There is a showstopper, and where the further activity cannot be moved on. So those issues will always be tagged as blocker, where, like for example, let me give an example. You are executing an audit and you are not able to submit an issue. So non-submission of the audit becomes a blocker, because if you are not able to submit the audit, then the further activity of the acceptance or not the review or the issue resolution cannot be done if we are not able to submit the audit. So such issues will always be considered as blocker, and a blocker will be always attended on a high priority basis. We would immediately take up these issues and start working on resolving the blocker tickets. So please make a note, any issue which calls for which has been a showstopper and which calls for no acceptance, or there is no alternative way to achieve this mode, will always be tagged as blocker. Then the next severity is, you have a very extensive issue over here. There is a bigger issue, but though it is not a showstopper, you have an alternative in which we can take this forward. In those scenarios, we tag the issues as critical, Like for example, imagine if you are doing a schedule of an audit, you're doing an individual schedule and the schedule is not happening on an individual mode where you are not able to create any schedule for an auditor. However, you have an alternative here. Either we can use the schedule upload module where we can upload the particular schedule details and create a schedule, or we can ask the auditor to create the schedule himself so that he can start continuing the activity. So any issue which you have an alternative method and it can continue doing, but it is the severity wise, the issue is on a higher severity wise. So we tag this as critical, but this does not mean that we will not resolve the issue. We take this request, we give a little lesser priority than the blocker, because if you have a blocker, we always first give the priority to the blocker, and these issues will parallelly be worked upon and fixed as a permanent solution to all the users. So similarly, that then you would have issues which also would call for a particular feature not been working, which can be some information is incorrect or there is an incomplete data which has been shown. Like for example, which I gave you, that there is an issue module where you can search for a certain information where I would give an execution status as all the accepted issue or all the resolved issue to be listed. When in that search, when I'm getting an incorrect information as a result. Along with result, I'm also getting some complied issues and all. So this is also an issue which you can report to us, but this will be tagged as a major issue. And we would also work on resolving this issue on at the severity flagging wise, and the queue would be considered if they're after a critical issue, if there are any issues been there. So then the minor issue, if there are very minor issue which does not result in any of the termination of activity, or it's not damaging, or it's on the stability or usability of the system, which can be worked on for any workaround, and which will be tagged as a very minor issue. These issues also would be considered and we will resolve this issue. So basis the severity in which the user is facing the issue and the further action is being linked on, the severity of the issue would be tagged. So when any of the users, when they call us by reaching us and sharing their issues with us, basis the severity we have, we would take the request and we will also queue them on the priority with the production support team with us. So this is related to on what is the issue severity, what are the information required when you're raising an issue. Santosh? Yeah.
There is one question.
Yes.
On web, how do we identify the version?
Yeah, on web, we can always see, if you can see my screen of the mobile, the web application, there is a version number on the landing page. So moment you go to your subdomain or the domain URL, the landing page where the user details are entered, at the right hand bottom, there is a version number being available. Currently it is version W.7.0.3. So this version is on the, you can refer. I hope I have answered the query, Santosh.
Yeah. It was only about where to see the version. Yeah. So it's on the login screen below the user ID password section, where you see the Audit 360 logo and other details. In that section, the last piece of information on the screen. Yeah.
So any other queries, Santosh?
No.
Okay, I'm just moving ahead. So now we spoke about the ways you can reach us, how you can reach us for all, what all you can reach us, the reasons why you would want to reach us, and also on the issues part we spoke about. But we have other ways you can reach us. It is indirectly you can reach us. You need not always keep calling us, or you need not keep writing to us on any of the clarification required. You can always, like how I told, you can reach us over live chat, which is a quick in getting the responses. You can also look for the popular FAQs. So like when I showed you on the live chat, let me just come to the login. Let me just log in here. So if you are need some assistance, you would need some clarity in how a particular module has to be accessed, you can always ask Amaya. Amaya will be able to give you will have all the frequently asked question on the popular queries, which has been the popular queries are already there, or you can search for any query. Now, when I'm there in the checkpoint, you can go to a respective module and you can even search for the queries. So I'm in the checkpoint module. I can come and ask. There are already certain results which will be shown here. You can even look for whatever is your query here. So I'm asking for if a partial and NA is selected for a checkpoint, later can it be disabled? So the responses are also been mentioned here. So there are frequently asked questions which helps you all to help you clarify this. Over and above, if you are not able to get the desired results from the queries, then you can reach us over the chat, over call, or an email. But each of the modules we have tried adding as many FAQs over here, and here you can keep looking for the information at a module level. This feature Ask Amaya is available for super admin and auditor, as well as a reviewer will have this access. Then the next way is module wise, which I told already about. Module wise FAQs are also available. So you can also look out for a training videos. We have made a very short videos, which is of 3 to 4 minutes videos on a very popular modules. We are in process of making further more videos here, but already there are 11 videos which are part of the training videos. The training videos also can be checked here. If, for example, I would want to know the training video of checkpoint creation. So all the videos related, you can now just give a training as the keyword. You'll be able to get all the videos over here. So you can just click on any of the video you would want to look at, and you can play within the screen. If you would want the video to be seen on the full screen, you can. So this will help you in accessing the training video in the Amaya itself. So if you have any query, if you would need some more clarification on how this review audit to be used, what are the feature it has, what is the stepwise we have to access this, you can look for the video and you can start using the particular module. So this is one way you can also reach us. And then we also are giving you a what's new as the update here. So any new updates being done at the system, there is an what's new section which gets updated. Even when the past updates also will be shown here. To look at the what's new section, if you could see after a bell button, that's the internal messaging system, there is an icon which talks about what's new. When you click on what's new, it would also show you the standard features which has been updated and a premium feature also been updated. So if you are interested in looking at the premium feature, you can go inside, look for the features available and opt for a subscription. For a standard product, you can see all the what's new section or what is being done will be updated. So you can just, it will talk about how the audit log works, what has been the new feature been available. You can refer the link further for more details. So this way all new features will be updated here, As and when the new features are being introduced to the product, we would keep updating in the What's New section, and you can always refer What's New section to start using that feature and implementing in your audits. So this is on what currently we have in EasyReach. Then in upcoming, we are also coming up with a tooltip on the features. So every features we will try to bring in a tooltip which helps the user to know what how a feature works and how they can start using it. We would also be introducing the product tour, which is feature tour. So any product, how it would work, there would be a small tool like similar to a video. We would be taking to you a step-by-step approach in the usage of the particular feature. And as I said, more and more training videos will be introduced and added into the system. So this is on the reaches. Santosh, is there any queries here?
No, there is nothing. No questions.
So if you have any queries, please do write us on Q&A section, and we request all of you to make a maximum use on what are the features we already have. The Amaya would help you a lot, and also you can do a live chat for a quicker responses. We are always there to help you all, and we are also giving you an indirect support through giving such informations to the system, where you need not be dependent on the team where you wait for them for a resolution or anything. So any queries, any issues, please do reach out to us. Santosh, you would like to add something here?
No, nothing specific. The more clear the queries are, the more clear the requirement is, the faster and the easier it becomes for us to get back. That's something that is the reason why we thought we should have a session like this. That's one point. The other point is, most of you still reach us either through emails or through calls. So we felt that chat as an option is not being used to its potential, which is probably the easiest possible ways to reach us. And then writing an email, if it is about raising a issue, it is always easier for you to do that using that the first option that we discussed. It's about raising a ticket direct within the product itself. So these are different reasons why we thought we should have this conversation. I hope the session has helped all of you. Please feel free to raise your tickets, use the chat, write to us over email. That option is there. Feel free to call us. So we are happy to take any of these, take your queries through any of these modes or means. It is just that we thought that there are possibilities for you to use. There are tools for you to use in the product which can make your life easy. That's why we thought we should have this conversation. Thanks a lot. I think.
Yeah, and one more thing is we are also doing this webinar sessions where we are covering most of these features, also a refresher training. These are also to help you all to understand the feature and make a maximum use of it. You can always check for the recordings in the YouTube channel. Request you to subscribe there so you keep getting the updates. And please attend such sessions so that we can keep talking about more and more such features to you all.
One more piece of information which I would like to share with all of you from the product point of view. So we've been doing a lot of webinars now, and there are training videos. Training videos are small 2-3 minutes videos, which helps you manage your time. But webinar videos, because we go in a very detailed way, we explain each feature by feature, each module by module. These are necessarily calls that last for at least 1 hour. So then if you have to pick up specific information from within a webinar video, you may need to spend a lot of time understanding and going through the entire video. So we are introducing a new feature. You can expect this in mostly by end of this month. We are introducing a new module called training in Audit 360, and in that module we are coming up with which will be available both on web as well as mobile, and in that we are coming up with both text-based and voice-based search for videos and the content within the videos. We are introducing a bit of AI here. There's something called NLP, natural language processing. We are using that and trying to come up with easy search options for you from within the video contents. So in a 1 hour video, if you are looking for, say, for example, we did a webinar on checkpoint creation and creation of new audit types. If you want to go into an area where we have discussed partial scoring, you just call out partial scoring using the voice search, and the search result will take you to videos where voice search as a content has appeared and exactly to the point where that word is spoken. Makes your life more easy. This capability has been there with us for some time now. We thought we'll introduce that into Audit 360. We are starting with this in training module. We'll be perfecting this over a period of time, and you will see that AI and more specifically natural language processing, which is NLP, being used in more places within Audit 360. If you have any suggestions for where artificial intelligence, machine learning, or deep learning, or smaller areas of artificial intelligence like NLP that we are introducing now, if there are places where you think these can be used better within internal audit and within Audit 360, please do send your suggestions to us. You can write to us on reachus@audit360.in, and we'll be more than happy to listen to you and bring in those features within Audit 360 as a product. Once again, thank you everybody for joining, taking time out and joining this session. Look forward to see you in the upcoming webinars as well. As usual, please do share your feedback. Please do share your suggestions for upcoming sessions of the webinar series. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead.